This is John Cola with OKRod.com. I have another exciting episode for you. I just got over the Golden Gate Bridge. You can kind of see that behind me in the fog. And for many people that don't know, the Golden Gate Bridge is oftentimes fogged in. I mean, this is just the climate here off the ocean. But nonetheless, I came back from the local wholesale produce market. And today I'm going to answer one very important question for you guys. Should you eat all organic on a raw foods diet? So why don't we go ahead and open up the Jeep, show you guys what I got, and we'll answer that question for you. The reason why today's video comes up is because, you know, when something comes up in my life, sometimes it'll spawn actually a video like this. And what today's video is about is actually a friend. I was actually picking her up some organic bananas that I got right here, and I asked her, hey, if they don't have ripe bananas that are organic, would you get the non-organic or conventional ones? And she says, no, I only eat organic. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. So we're gonna answer the question, should I eat only organic foods on a raw foods diet? So you can see here we got a case of Chiquita organic bananas. Some are spotted and some are not, but they're fairly ripe. This whole case of 40 pounds was $24. So this is what she's eating. I'm not a big fan of bananas, if you didn't already know that. I'll eat them in the winter time when there's no other good fruits, but when there's so many other good fruits, I'm not going to waste my precious calories on bananas. So let's take a look at what I got and let's see if it's organic or not. So to answer the question, should I eat all organic on a raw foods diet or not, let's take a look at some of the produce I got. Here's the first case I got. These guys are called Piel de Sapo melons. Check these guys out, man. These are some kind of like heirloom melon. Definitely gonna be real good. Got a case here, about 15 bucks. Case of 6 melons. In addition, I got these guys. I got some Charentaise melons. And the Charentaise melons are a French melon. And I like these guys because they're unique and they're from France, and actually they're quite sweet. But the thing to remember about these is because I've bought them many times, and I never knew this until I went to Paris for the weekend one time. Now, I went a trip, that was crazy. But you want to get these guys when they're hard and firm. Don't get them when they're too soft. These are meant to be eaten when they're hard and firm. They get too soft, they no longer taste good. So I'm excited. I got some Charentaise melons as well. And yes, both these guys were organic. Next, we're going to get into the things that I actually got that's non-organic. And don't be pulling out your hair, John's eating non-organic. Well, you know, most of my diet is actually organic foods. In some situations, I will eat some non-organic foods. And let me explain why. The main reason why I'm eating some non-organic foods is so that I can get a greater range and greater varieties of foods. You know, I did go to the organic wholesaler today, and this is their price list. And you know, on their price list, they have the standard produce items: apples, avocados, bananas, berries, grapefruits, oranges, citrus, figs, grapes, kiwis, melons, peaches, all that kind of stuff. But you probably aren't going to find some of the things I bought next, such as rambutan. So rambutan is a tropical fruit. I had a good video on this, actually entitled Spiny Sea Apple. But these actually guys are called rambutans. And these guys, actually, I've never seen these available organic unless you actually live or grow them yourself in a place where they grow, such as Hawaii. We could open this guy up and take a look on the inside. Looks like an oversized grape. So this is very similar to a lychee or longan. You just eat it out. Definitely really good. So if I ate only organic, I wouldn't be able to eat my lovely and delicious rambutan. So another item I got is right here. Definitely another tropical fruit. That's my favorite. And right here, these guys are called jackfruits. These guys are approximately 20 pounds each. These guys are probably like the largest fruits on the earth. They could grow up to like 100 pounds. And these are delicious. We're not going to cut them open for you guys, but I do have a good video how to eat a 20-pound jackfruit, and that's about 2 meals for me. So if I only ate organic, I would not be able to include the jackfruit and have that amazing juicy fruit gum flavor in every single bite. It's like eating dessert for breakfast. Hey, wait, I'm always eating dessert every meal when you're eating fresh, sweet fruits. Now the next item that I bought that's also non-organic, these guys right here. These guys are my favorite. I usually drink at least a coconut or 2 a day, and these are actually the young, whoa, and I gotta drink this one, it's cracked. These are the white coconuts, so these are not like the Thai coconuts. These are, you know, a little bit older, more mature, but still they're full of water. When you shake them, you don't want to hear any water splashing around. They also tend to have a thinner meat. Sometimes they're jelly meat, but most of the time they're just outside jelly meat. I like to dehydrate the meat and use them in recipes. But the coconuts are my #1 favorite way to drink water instead of drinking tap water. I like to drink water filtered by the coconut palm. Now, once again, if I only ate organic, I've never seen white coconuts or even the Thai coconuts, very rarely, in organic. You can't get the brown coconuts, but those aren't good to drink the water in my opinion. They're past their prime in my opinion. So yes, got some non-organic white coconuts. And let's stop here for a second, and talk about, so some of the things I got that are actually non-organic are tropicals that are not available in organic. Now, in an ideal situation, I wish the whole world and everything was grown organic, but unfortunately it's not due to the higher costs involved, and people may not pay the price, the extra premium for organic foods. Some things like coconuts, you really don't gotta spray a coconut, nothing much could really get in there. So, I'm not too concerned about the pesticide residue on the coconuts, but hopefully they're using sustainable growing practices and using a lot of good compost instead of just chemical fertilizers on the coconuts. But that's a sacrifice I'm willing to take so that I can eat some of my tropical fruits that I would not be able to get otherwise because they're not grown organically. But lastly, I want to go over the last 2 items that I bought this time and why I got them non-organic. So over here we have some California Keat mangoes. If you've never had California mangoes, highly encourage you guys to get them. Most Whole Foods usually distribute the California Keat mangoes that are organic, sometimes for as much as $3.99 a pound. Let me tell you, that's a lot of money for some mangoes, but let me also tell you that they're really worth it. These mangoes, because they are from California, they're not hot water dipped like imported mangoes. So when you do go to choose these, don't get them too soft because they'll be fermented. You want them just to give to gentle pressure. And these guys are ripe when they're green, so yes, do buy them green. Just make sure they're soft. These guys have an amazing flavor, very few strings. Oh, they're like one of my favorite mangoes on earth at this point. But these guys, I bought these guys non-organic. There's a farm named 3 Ranch Farms, and they grow organic and also non-organic. So hopefully they're using sustainable practices on their whole entire farm. But I got the non-organic ones for one very simple reason: dollars and cents. The organic mangoes, just like this, from the same farm for 9 pieces is $24, right? These ones that are from the same farm but not certified organic, $12. So literally it's half price. So if you're a millionaire, you might want to buy all organic stuff. Or you actually, better yet than even buying all organic stuff, just have your own farm and grow all your own food so that you can be assured the highest quality food. So yeah, that's one reason why I sometimes buy non-organic if the organic prices are just sky high. In addition, I want to let you guys know that if you do buy non-organic, you want to look into what's called the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. That's put out by the Environmental Working Group, EWG.org. And I would encourage you to, avoid the things on the Dirty Dozen. But maybe, you want to purchase things on the Clean 15. And mangoes in the past have shown up on the Clean 15. The final thing I got was also due to sheer economics. These guys right here. We got a whole case of avocados. Avocados right here. 120 count avocados in this box. That's 120 avocados. $15. That's not the best price I ever got, but that's a damn good price. If I did buy these, like, if they were organic, it'd be like 30, 35 bucks. So this is definitely better than half price. And once again, the avocados have been on the Clean 15 list in the past and may still also be. So they're not generally sprayed. So as you can see, I got a mixture of organic and non-organic. Of course, you didn't see any of the vegetables that I bought because I'm growing those at home beyond organic standards, so I'm not adding any pesticides or chemical fertilizers at home, and in addition I'm adding things like compost and rock dust to feed my soil to grow even higher quality foods than what the organic label would offer you. Basically what happens is the reasons why you want to get organic for twofold. Number one, in general, based on many studies that I have seen, organic foods contain higher levels of nutrients and, more importantly, the phytochemicals and phytonutrients that are really good for us. But aside from having more nutrition in most cases, it also is lacking the pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides that may be detrimental to your health based on my research. But you know what? In the end, you want to do the best you can. I wouldn't necessarily limit your diet to all organic, and that would be a good ideal if everything in the world and all the different varieties of every crop were grown organically. But at this point, they're not, so it's quite unfortunate. So what I want to encourage you guys to do is always buy the organic produce items you can, especially your leafy greens. My leafy greens and my vegetables are almost always organic, but on some of the tropical fruits, I do make some exceptions, and if it's on the Clean 15 list, I may make some exceptions as well. But it also depends on where you live and how much money you got. Some areas of the country I know can be very difficult and challenging to source organic produce affordably, so definitely you want to eat on the Clean 15. And in any case, what you do want to remember from this video is that even if you're eating conventional produce that's fresh and raw, whether it's juice, blended, or eaten whole, in my opinion, it's always going to be better than even many processed organic foods that come in a package, bottle, or jar. So hopefully this video has helped you determine if you want to eat all your produce organic on a raw foods diet. And I'd say, you know, for the most part, you probably should, but it's not always possible. And don't limit yourself, you know. Maybe in your town, they only import organic bananas and organic carrots. So now what? You're gonna only eat organic carrots and bananas? I don't think that's too healthy. So in any case, eat the most organic you can, do the best you can, and actually even start growing your own food, which is far exceeds conventional and even organic produce. Once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're the best.